Our next story is from Nigeria. Continuous power outages in the West African nation have made lives difficult for millions. With an energy grid on the brink and diesel generators becoming the top source of power, Nigerians are now turning to solar energy for hope. But economic challenges and affordability remain major hurdles. Our next story tracks Africa's fourth largest economy's chase for affordable power.
In Nigeria's largest city, Lagos, Shakira Fatomid returns home after her daytime banking job. Inside this modest house, Shakira has another full-time job, the one of being a mother and a homemaker. The soft glow of this phone's torchlight cuts through the dense darkness of Shakira's kitchen. Shadows move on the wall as she lights the stove to heat some water. After dinner, she takes this torchlight to supervise her daughter's homework. The roar of silence that comes with repeated blackouts no longer startles Shakira. Instead, they find her prepared. At work, Shakira charges her phone to full capacity in anticipation of a blackout at home.
When there is blackout, I get to use my phone light, so I make sure my phone is fully charging in the office. I charge it very well in the office so that I can be able to use it in case there is blackout.
Shakira's struggle to find light at home reflects the reality of millions. In Africa's fourth largest economy, Nigeria's national energy grid teeters on the brink of collapse. Aging infrastructure, vandalism and inadequate fuel supplies have crippled the system. The consequences are stark. Entire neighborhoods across Nigeria get cloaked in darkness during blackouts. In 2024 alone, the country has suffered 11 grid shutdowns so far. The situation has forced Nigerian households and businesses to rely on polluting diesel generators. With that, Nigerians end up spending a big chunk of their incomes on fuel. In the face of this crisis, solar energy is standing up as a flicker of hope. Supported by a $750 million World Bank initiative, Nigeria's Rural Electrification Agency aims to expand solar energy access across the nation. But few Nigerians can afford the solar energy options due to the country's economic crisis.
Even though globally, price of renewable, especially solar panel, was dropping as per the dollar price, but the naira was depreciating faster than the drop. So the naira kind of cancels out any reduction that you see in the dollar this in price. And then, our economy generally hasn't been doing so well. So it means that people's income was not growing. So the depreciation was rising faster than even people's income and all that. So what it means is that a lot of Nigerians' disposable income shrinked.
In April 2024, when President Bola Tinubu cut off electricity subsidies for better-off consumers, it was seen as the boost needed to speed up the solar adoption. But the results have been far from satisfactory in the face of overall poor health of the Nigerian economy. At the same time, not enough has been done to repair the existing power infrastructure. Nigeria has infrastructure to generate about 13,000 megawatts of power, but its creaking grid can distribute barely a third of it. About 80% of Nigeria's power comes from off-grid diesel and petrol generators, reflecting the devastating scale of the ongoing energy crisis. Experts say that sustainable consumer financing options such as low-interest loans may hold the key to Nigeria's transition to solar energy. But the question remains if banks could consider such a move.
If you look at where the minimum wage is, so you ask yourself, how many months will the person save before he or she is able to afford to get a solar system? They may need to save their minimum wage for 1 year, and that also may still not be good enough. So the right thing would have been, so you have a consumer financing that with a good interest rate and that is spread over time, so that they can acquire this thing and start saving money.
As Nigeria faces the worst cost of living crisis in a generation, the path to transition towards sustainable energy options feels distant. Between the noise of generators and the flicker of Shakira's torchlight, The resilience of the Nigerian people has replaced the hope for government action. The question remains, how much more will the Nigerians have to endure before they see the light?